Look at people peeking in the window.
What are you doing up there? All right.
I'll tell you what, John, let's do it after the song. Let's do it after the song.
Sleeping.
Q102 FM. Happy White Squirrel Day, everyone. Let's hear it. Don Tobias, we are broadcasting live from Blue Ridge Bakery at this beautiful Saturday morning. It's turned out to be. We have a great crowd down here, and Pisgah Pete is here, and he is ready to go. Our Mayor Jimmy Harris is here. Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning to you, Donald Tobias, and all the listeners at WSQL. We are so happy that they're here. John and Katina again has allowed us to come here to Blue Ridge Bakery, the epicenter of accuracy when it comes to the weather. And Pisgah Pete is going to make a prediction here shortly, as well as a Super Bowl prediction.
Absolutely, and he has been correct. In case anybody didn't know this, he has been correct 4 years in a row. This is the 5th annual White Squirrel Day, and he has picked or chosen the winner of the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. So let's hear it again for Pisgah Pete. I tell this story, I think it's the cutest thing in the world. Last year, if you were not here, the Super Bowl was between the Eagles and the Patriots. And what happened was, Pisgah Pete walked out very calmly and he actually nibbled on the card that said Eagles. So we chose the Eagles to win. Then he casually strolled over to the little sign that said Patriots and relieved himself on it. Now you can't, I mean that. I'm not making that up. You can't train a squirrel to do that. That was his own decision. And a good one it is. One note I wanted to say is right over here in the corner is Katie Rosenberg and Lee Trapp, and they are with the squirrel. Let me get it right. Rehabilitators.
White Squirrel Institute.
White Squirrel Institute. All right. Pisgah Pete is not a squirrel that we went out and we caught and we dragged in and are forcing him to do this. He was injured very young. In fact, Jennifer, can you come over here and talk with us and kind of tell us the story?
Sure.
Of Pisgah Pete, because he's a unique.
Yes, Pisgah Pete was found when he was about 4 weeks old. Susie Beaker, who's with Moody Conley Funeral Home, a wonderful friend of mine. Well, she became a friend because she found Pete. She used to visit his mother every day and feed her nuts. And one day she came and saw that the limb was down, the nest was in. It was in a hollowed out part of a limb. So she quickly went and looked where the nest was, and there was 3 baby squirrels in there, 2 whites and a gray, and one of the whites was covered in blood. She rushed to get a box. When she came back, the mama squirrel, whose name was Bobby, had moved the one gray and the other white that was not injured, and moved them to another nest. But it was getting dark, and she did not come back for the other one. So Susie got the squirrel, kept it warm, and contacted me, and we met in the middle of the night. And so Pisgah Pete's jaw was fractured, his lower jaw, and one of his lower incisors came out. Squirrels' teeth grow 4 inches a year, and they have to line up perfectly to keep a good chisel on them. And because of that, his teeth were always overgrowing and cutting into his mouth. So he has to have his teeth trimmed every single week in order to not have them overgrow and cut into the roof of his mouth. And he had a little bit of a brain injury, that part of his brain that told him he was a wild animal. He still has a lot of very good squirrely instincts. He likes to bury food in my plants at home and other such places, but that part of him that said you're a wild animal was damaged. So he was then made into the mascot here for the White Squirrel Festival, for White Squirrel Day, and makes appearances you know, to promote the squirrels. So anyway, he is licensed. I'm a licensed wildlife rehabilitator. So is Sherry, who's his other mother. She helps me when I'm traveling and takes care of him, Sherry Blythe. And so you have to be a licensed rehabilitator in order to apply for a captivity permit. Wild animals do not make good pets, okay? Sometimes when they've hit their head just right, they're very happy being in captivity and serving as an ambassador. And so this is to raise awareness and wildlife rehabilitators, the white squirrels, Katie and the Institute now, we are going to help support local rehabilitators who are doing it out of their own pocket. There's no funding. You pay for your license, okay? You have to pay the medical bills, the food bills, the caging, everything. So anything we can do to raise awareness so that we can get help for all these hardworking individuals. There's a lot of them around, very, you know, working quietly in the background, looking after all our orphaned and injured animals.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, let's hear it for Jennifer. So, if you can help out, that'd be great. Not only, the radio station has donated some prizes. If you make a $10 donation, you'll receive a little white squirrel. There's one sitting on that table right there if you want to see it. If you can go $15, we'll give you a Q102 t-shirt, all right? And that's, again, Katie and Lee over that way. Our mayor is here. This is Jimmy Harris, in case you didn't recognize him. He's so shy and inward and everything, it's tough. But we're going to take a quick commercial break because we have some fine sponsors. And we're going to come back, and Jimmy is going to read a proclamation declaring today White Squirrel Day. And we'll do that. We have 3 sponsors: Food Matters Market, Harris Ace Hardware, and the Heart of Brevard. And we'll be right back as we broadcast live over Q102 FM. All right, give us 1 minute.
Yeah, it's pretty packed. Last year it was overflowing. Just like it is, you can't even get in. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not working. My feed's not working. Okay. That's what Tyler said. Someone texted me. Let me ask them. So, are you speaking?
All right, John.
Yes. What I meant to say. I saw you outside trying to get in. I was like, well, come on in.
Where are you stationed at? Air Force. You ever at Upper Hayford? Were you ever at Upper Hayford? England? Were you ever at Upper Hayford? I was at Upper, his son is. I was at Upper Hayford most of my time. You should. Yeah.
Did your mom get here and your dad get here at 05?
Yes, I think super early.
To get the seat right there.
Yes.
All right, we are back once again, broadcasting live from Blue Ridge Bakery.
Yeah, it's not working.
Welcome, everyone. We're so glad that you're here. Let's have another round of applause for our white squirrel, Pisgah. It is time now to officially declare Saturday, February the 2nd, 2019 as White Squirrel Day in Brevard and Transylvania County. And to do that, our Mayor, Jimmy Harris.
No, I got to be honest with you. I am so tired because my phone has rung. People in Las Vegas, all the bookies are calling, wanting to know the odds. Who's going to pick? NOAA, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration or Association, they have called. Elon Musk, he doesn't know whether to spend millions of dollars putting weather satellites up or just call in the white squirrel. So there have been so many interested parties. of wanting to know about the white squirrel. Now we've got a lot of people here. Our city manager over there wearing a Rams number 16. Was that Pittsburgh? Something like that a long time ago. We've got people from all over here that are very interested. Again, John and Katina at Blue Ridge Bakery. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we are so thankful to them for allowing us to host this event here.
White squirrel cookies. I hope everybody got one.
But I have a very important proclamation to make, and this is it. I'm going to read it as presented. The City of Brevard hereby proudly declares and ordains February 2nd, 2019 as White Squirrel Day, and further orders that Groundhog Day will forever and hereto be recognized and honored in the City of Brevard as White Squirrel Day. For the following reasons, whereas in keeping with Brevard's great heritage of welcoming and receiving visitors. Now we've got some visitors from South Carolina, Tennessee. They've come up because they want to know. They want to know. So do I. So we receive them from around the world. And Pisgah Pete honorably serves as the city's official white squirrel ambassador for Brevard. And whereas Pisgah Pete has established himself as a beloved and valued member of this community and openly asserts his love for Brevard, waterfalls, mountain biking, hiking, and everything else that makes our town the coolest small town in America. Yes, it is. I know I'm biased, but that's true. Whereas Pisgah Pete has further established himself as possessing unique and valuable skills in making useful and accurate predictions, including accurately predicting the winner of the Super Bowl each year, while Punxsutawney Phil has established himself, and let's be honest, an ill-tempered and highly unreliable predictor of anything. Yes. I saw him this morning. He's not a very friendly little creature.
Not cute.
Not cute at all.
No.
Not as cute as you, by the way.
Well, thank you.
And you've got a face for radio.
You're right.
Therefore, we celebrate this day as Pisgah Pete assumes the duties and responsibilities asked of him, and heretofore will make all predictions asked of him on White Squirrel Day, thereby forever relieving Punxsutawney Phil of these duties. Besides, he's way cuter anyway. I, Jimmy Harris, Mayor of the City of Brevard, hereby do proclaim February 2nd, 2019 as White Squirrel Day in the City of Brevard, and I have witnessed, therefore I have set unto my hand and caused the seal of the City of Brevard to be affixed this 2nd of February, 2019 as White Squirrel Day.
It is official. We're trying to convert the entire nation, by the way. It's happening a little slow, but things take a little time. But I think someday there will be no Punxsutawney Phil in Pennsylvania.
I agree. You know, Punxsutawney Phil, you know, when it comes to necromancy or being a seer, it's really not his bag. He likes to eat and be held. Our white squirrel is a worker. It can predict with accuracy, does all the right things, and you wait and see.
All right, here's the way this works. If this is your first White Squirrel Day, we're going to put a card. Jennifer has one that says Rams and one that says Patriots, and we'll put one on either side of the cage, and Pisgah Pete will come out and choose that one. Now, he takes time sometimes. You got to give him a little patience, and we ask that everybody moves back just a little bit, because if he sees a bunch of people hanging over him,
we're going to do weather first.
We're
We're going to do weather first.
You're going to do weather first. More people want to see, evidently, the Super Bowl than the weather.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
going to do the weather first.
Okay, then we'll save the Super Bowl for last. We'll go ahead and do the weather. Then we're going to take a quick break while she changes the card again. And then we'll choose the winner of the Super Bowl. All right. We know where he stands. I think we got more Super Bowl fans out there than we'd have weather fans.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it appears, and I don't blame them. You know, with the weather, you can just walk inside, but,
Come on in the back.
you know, the Super Bowl, there's a lot of
Betting going on.
A lot of betting going on, a lot of prestige. A lot of people are from the north here that are voting for the Patriots. Some people are from California, really want the Rams. And this is important. This is important business.
Keep in mind that he's been correct 4 years in a row with the Super Bowl. The weather he missed last year, admittedly, he was a little off. If you remember, we had a mild spring, and he predicted 6 more weeks of winter. But I think the groundhog in Pennsylvania predicted that too. So, and the groundhog in Pennsylvania, by the way, this morning did predict an early spring. So we'll see what happens there.
Sorry.
He
got past the curtain.
He's
Well, go
he's
ahead,
eating
go ahead
a
and stick
pecan.
it.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
All right. He's having breakfast. He realizes now, it's kind of gotten to his head, I think, that he's the star of the show. And next thing you know, he's going to want just red M&Ms in his dressing room.
I thought Don the Bias was the star of the show.
Oh, okay. Well, not today.
I understand.
I can't predict tomorrow. Much less.
You know, I do a lot of things as mayor. I oversee budgets. I oversee utilities and police and fire and safety and public services and all of the. There's nothing more important that I do than this. This is it. I'm telling you. You ask Pisgah Pete.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, while he's having his breakfast, why don't we pause and take another break? We have 3 fine sponsors that decided to help us out this morning, and they are Food Matters Market and Cafe. They're on 1 Market Street in Strauss Park. Our second sponsor is right here, and that's Jimmy at Ace Hardware. Thank you, Jimmy, for sponsoring this today. And also the Heart of Brevard. They're the fine folks who put on all the festivals and things that happen here in downtown Brevard, and they are truly, we wish them the best and give them our gratitude. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Q102 FM.
I'm mad. Hold on.
All right, we'll play a couple of commercials and we'll be right back.
We're live on whitesquirrelday.com.
Hey Tyler, how you doing? Good.
No, it's a full site.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, you know.
You're trying to create suspense. Well, I always. Do we have any predictions? Spring.
I wish I were true.
Early spring.
Patriots. I turned 6 more.
Patriots tomorrow wins. How you Patriots? Not by a lot. Good.
But just to be indifferent from what prediction of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, hey, John. All right.
Yeah, I hear a squeak. He's squeaking.
Just 1 minute.
Huh? It's
Just remind everybody to stay back. Yeah.
Okay.
And you good. So other people
Can we get everybody just to move back just a little bit? He gets skittish. If he comes out and sees all this crowd, he'll just run back inside again. Is that good? You want a little more?
No, that's good. Just
All right.
plus that makes it a little easier for people to see. He is mad. He wants back out. Oh, I know.
30 seconds.
Do you think he's mad because he knows what's going to happen in the Super Bowl?
I think he's mad because he wants to be out communicating with everybody.
That's it. He's a ham.
Oh, I know.
Okay, we're back broadcasting live this morning from Blue Ridge Bakery on White Squirrel Day. Pisgah Pete is ready to make his prognostication of whether we will have an early spring or 6 more weeks of winter. By the way, we got a brand new cage for him this year and red velvet carpet out here for him. So go ahead, Pete, do your thing. He's going over to the one that says 6 more weeks of winter, but he hasn't really gone over to it yet. He's sort of laying down in front of it. He's mad. He's mad. He wants to eat breakfast, and we interrupted his breakfast. And he's in the center of the cage right now. He's in the center of the cage. Oh, all right. There you go. Hey, buddy. Good choice. Good choice. That's why we love him. High five. All right. Pisgah Pete. He's just laying down right in front of early spring. I think he did a good job.
I think Elon Musk and NOAA and all the weather predictors have gotten their answer.
All right, I'm going home and taking all my shorts out of the drawer and getting ready for summer.
Yeah,
we are ready. Reminder once again that the squirrel rehabilitators are over here, both Lee Trapp from Pennsylvania Times, Tyler, and Katie Rosenberg. We lost her, but she's there somewhere. If you want to make a $10 donation to this cause, Jennifer and her helpers do this as purely volunteers. There's no, she does not take a salary. She's out to just help little animals, and you can help them too. We have, we're lucky enough, Jimmy, in this town to have some white squirrels, and they attract a lot of people. And I would say they attract a lot of tourists.
They attract a lot of tourists. You know, we have a White Squirrel Festival named for that, and it has been named the best small regional music festival, and a lot of people come here. It is the most popular festival in the entire region, and we named it after White Squirrel. We think it's kind of fun, but it's a family fun-filled event, and go ahead and buy your White Squirrel t-shirts this morning. Wear it to the White Squirrel Festival. I mean, just proudly wear it around town, and this is a lot of fun, and we're glad that this is happening here in Brevard.
All right, well, we already know we're going to have an early spring. That's definite. Let's find out now who's going to win that Super Bowl tomorrow. And a lot of people are waiting, and I think a lot of money is going to be placed on what Pisgah Pete's side today, right now. So he is mad. We've upset him. He doesn't usually wake up every morning to hundreds of people staring at him, wanting to make predictions. As smart as he is. What's Puxatawny Phil? All he has to do is see his shadow.
Yeah, well, it's a very lazy animal, Puxatawny Phil is. And our Pisgah Pete, our squirrels, by the way, all of you know this because you tell me at the hardware store that the bird feeder that you bought, that squirrels somehow seem to get into it. Our squirrels go to Harvard. We have Ivy League squirrels. Yes, we do. And these are smart individuals, and they think, they prognosticate, they reason things out, and so does Phil. So we're about to find out with accuracy who's going to win tomorrow's Super Bowl.
All right, we are ready. Let him out. There he goes. Pisgah Pete, come on, make a decision. No, he's going to scratch himself first. Well, he's thinking. He'd take a scratch his head.
He's going back in to rethink.
He doesn't want either of them.
He has to go back in.
He went and placed his bet.
I think he's got a little Ouija board back there, actually. He's working on that. There he comes. There he comes.
No. Other way.
Stay back. There you go. I'd say he picked the Rams. I'd say he picked the Rams.
Yeah.
All right, he's laying down.
Well, that's what he's saying, and You know, I've never heard a better play-by-play than what you had just given this white squirrel. You're doing play-by-play on the white squirrel, and I think Pisgah Pete is choosing the Rams to win tomorrow.
He has laid down in front of it. Somebody said, we'll give him a second chance. I said, no, it doesn't work that way. No.
Well, we know that our city manager, Jim Fatland, is choosing the Rams. Who else is choosing the Rams here? We've got, how many think that the Patriots have a really good shot of winning tomorrow? Look at all these people here. So it's conflicted, and we're about to find out tomorrow.
If you remember last year, the Patriots were chosen to win over the Eagles, and they lost, right?
Well, for the last 4 years, Pisgah Pete has accurately chosen the. Even remember a couple years ago, whenever the Falcons were ahead so far at the end of the third quarter, then the Patriots came back. I mean, everybody was ready to go home. well, Pisgah Pete had said
he was right.
He was correct on that. The Patriots did win, but he's saying that tomorrow that that in fact the Rams are going to win. So we'll see.
He in fact just laid down in front of the sign, so I'm going to go with him too. All right. Listen, we want to thank everybody who came out today. You guys have been terrific. You all give yourselves a hand. Don't forget, we've got t-shirts over here, a little white squirrel, mementos. We'd love for you to go home with one. So do that. Once again, let's thank our sponsors, and that is Food Matters Market and Cafe. They're located at Wood Market Square in Strathern Park. Palisades Hardware, which is right across the street. If you want to go buy some school food or bird food, Jimmy's got plenty of it. And finally, Heart of Brevard, which sponsors these great events that we have.
Heart of Brevard does such a great job in our community. They bring us all the different festivals. Of course, Harris Hardware is where I'm at, and I love being there. And Food Matters Market, what a great choice for all your food and grocery needs. They do a great job there too. So. But thank you WSQL for bringing us all the local news that we need to know right here. Listen, if anything else is happening in the world, you don't need to know it. You need to know what's happening local, and it happens right on WSQL. You make sure that we're informed, such as White Squirrel Day.
White Squirrel Day. This is the 5th annual one. Come back next year as we do it again. And again, thank our fine sponsors. We're going to take one more commercial break and go back to our regular format. You're listening to Q102 FM. Happy White Squirrel Day.
This is what he does. You want to get your picture? Here, can I get their picture? All right.
Thank you, Faye.
Oh, really?
Just pat him softly on the back.
I got some children here somewhere.
The White Squirrel Institute, is that it? What
Yeah,
is
the White Squirrel Institute.
Yes, you stop by and say hello.
Oh, it's dry skin.
Can I have you write it out?
Okay, look up and see.
Okay, maybe you can put your name. Katie. She's right there with glasses.
I'd like to see them. He did good.
He makes up his own mind. Here, Patrick, right here.